Hello, folks. My name is Ron Kirk. I'm the owner and CEO of Arcadia Landscape. You have seen my other podcasts that I've done regarding our trucks and what we do things. And me as a new owner of Arcadia, I purchased Arcadia 2 years ago, this coming December. Today we are wanting to interview Chaplain Steve Young. Chaplain Steve Young is the founder and CEO of the Red Sleigh Toy Run. The Red Sleigh Toy Run was created back in 2006. I was one of the original writers with the Red Sleigh Toy Run. So right now we're going to interview Mr. Young, and he's going to let you know all about his foundation, what his foundation's all about, and hopefully maybe you as a public would want to help out and volunteer some of your time, if not any new unwrapped toys. So Mr. Young, can you tell us your story and how you created this and why?
Wow, I started this with fellow motorcycle riders who wanted to help out our community with toys for children at Christmas time. We started out, you were one of 7 other riders when we started this. I only had 8 riders when we started this out. And we did 24 kids the first year just among ourselves. And we ride our motorcycles out to their house and deliver the toys to them, because all of the toy runs goes to a warehouse and it's really hard for people of low income to get toys. And so we came up with this other plan. So this is our 15th year. We've done well over probably 8,000-9,000 toys from the beginning till now. We're a nonprofit organization. We accept donations plus toys. We have sponsors that sponsor us. We have toy drop-offs at certain locations. If you go to our website, redsleightoyrun.com, then you'll find out where the toy drops. Our Arcadia Landscape is going to be one of our toy drops. So that's how we basically got started. I don't know what other questions you might have.
What was your purpose of starting this organization? Because you worked full time. You worked for an organization. You worked for the state, and you were working full time. You were preaching at churches, but now you're doing this. What made you decide to do this?
Well, it was our friends that we rode motorcycles with. Motorcycle enthusiasts, we'll call ourselves. We're not really bikers, but motorcycle enthusiasts. And we rode a certain toy run. And when I asked, because of the position I am of as a chaplain, pastor, I know families that need help. So I asked them, how could I send families to get some toys? And nobody could give me an answer. So that frustrated me. And people like you said, well, Chaplain, do something about it. So I came up with this idea of working with local schools. So I had a friend who was a principal at an elementary school, and I called her and I said, hey, Lisa, I'm not going to use last names. Do you have families that need help at Christmas time? And boy, she gave me names, and that's how we basically got started. We work with local schools, TUSD, Sunnyside, Amplify High School. We've only done one time because they have a good program going, but we hook up with the counselors who know the families real well, and then we contact the families to see if this is something they want to be involved in, because we do not want to embarrass anybody. We don't want anybody to feel like we're putting them down. We want to have an enjoyable Christmas for children and families. So when I say that, we give toys out, but we're more than toys. We give families food cards so they can go out and buy food for Christmas, because how fun is Christmas if you're hungry? It's not any fun. So we give the families, whoever their legal guardian is, money to go buy food, enough food that they can have a Christmas meal at the same time as delivering toys. We deliver right to their houses. We contact the families. Once they say yes, this is something they want to be involved in, we get their Christmas wish list from their children. I find elves. So if you want to be an elf, and what an elf is I give you a name of a child, their age, what their Christmas wish list is, and you get as close to that wish list as possible. Now, we do have restrictions. We don't buy Air Jordans, we don't buy computers, we don't buy laptops, because that's way too expensive and it would take all our budget. So we're trying to make an enjoyable Christmas. We don't want to spoil the kids. We just want the kids to have a great Christmas. Bicycles, we're doing bicycles now. I had a young man come up to me and said, Chaplain, I don't ride a motorcycle, but I have a truck. And I'm like, really? You have a truck? How do you feel about bicycles? And he said, why? I said, because I have a lot of kids asking for bicycles, but I can't put a bicycle in the back of my motorcycle. So he has now become my bicycle guy. He's been with me for 7, 8 years, I think now. And I just give the bicycles to him, and he's in charge of it. He has them all lined up, and I don't have to worry about bicycles. And it's just amazing how God has taken this toy run and just multiplied it.
So when you first started this in 2006, how many? Or let me ask you this: how do you get the toys to the destination that you're going to? How do they get there?
Well, we use motorcycles. We're motorcycle riders. Our group in Tucson really came out and supported me. Last year we had 128 motorcycles, a little over 200 people, because you figure 2 on a bike. And then trucks, we had our truck. We have a trailer now that we put toys in and bicycles in. We have a set day that we're going to deliver. We talk to the families. We tell them this year it's December 3rd. We're going to leave at First Southern Baptist Church, which is 445 East Speedway Boulevard at 0900. 0800 is registration. Even if you don't want to ride, you just want to see something that's amazing, come out and watch all these motorcycles and our law enforcement officers as they stop traffic for us to get out and deliver. The families know we're coming, and I give them between 9 and 12. I want to deliver, so I don't want to ruin their whole day, but I do want them to be there when we deliver the toys, because I don't want to leave toys wrapped as Christmas presents on a doorstep of a place anywhere, in an apartment complex or a house. And so we do it that way. If they're not there, then we take it back to the school, and then it's the family's responsibility to get the toys. But we have a set day, a set time, and we have we usually do about 12 to 13 houses, and then any other child that comes out gets a toy, and we give out toys on the road even. It's sort of a very sort of fun, scary, cool thing to do.
It is kind of scary. I know. I came from a family that we couldn't afford. My parents couldn't afford Christmas for us, and I knew how it was like when the neighbors would come by and give us these little wooden planes that we could put together, and we used to throw them and give us skateboards. And so when you started this organization, that's why I wanted to join in, because I wanted to give back to my community. And I think what you're doing, I know there's other ones out there that do this, but I can tell just by the many years that I've been with you, you don't do it for the glory, you don't do it for the glamour, you do it because this is what God has told you to do. Am I correct?
That's correct. When I started this, I said, God, this is yours, it's not mine. You take it where you want, and he really has. He's brought businesses in, he's brought people in. I've never ran out of toys. After we get done with our toys, I donate the rest of my toys to the University of Arizona's Diamond Center, Tucson Medical Center, Children's Center, Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, and a couple other motorcycle clubs that do Christmas in the Barrios. I give them toys as well. So we don't keep any toys. We want the toys to be in the kids' hand to have fun. We've been doing this so long that I had a young man come up to me and said, "Chaplain, do you remember me?" And man, that's a loaded question. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I don't. And he says, "When I was 8 years old, you brought toys to my house." And I told my mom when you left, one day I'm going to ride with that guy. And he did. He's in the Air Force now, was stationed at DM, and he came out and rode motorcycles and delivered toys. Stories after stories like that. Now I'm starting to get letters from Santa, from schools. We choose a school, we talk to the counselors, we talk to the principal to see if this is something they want. It doesn't cost them anything. It's all on us. There's no liability on them whatsoever. Since we're a 501c3, we take all responsibilities. The motorcycle riders sign a waiver so that if they crash, it's not on me, it's on them, unless it is my fault. But and then we deliver to the houses. So it starts with the school, that the principal is something they want to have done for their families, their students. And then second, of course, the counselor giving me the names of the families. Families have to have a little bit of faith in us. Faith that we're going to do what we say we're going to do. And so when we call them, we tell them who we are, how we got their name, and they filled out a piece of paper that we give it to the school gives it to the parents fill it out, brings it back to the school, then we contact. I have a school liaison person who works for a school system, knows how the system works, and she has been a godsend. And I got her by accident. Her and her husband rode motorcycles, came to one of my toy runs. It just happened to be, this is how God works. It just happened to be that I sponsored the school that she was teaching at. And so when she went to the houses, they were like, "Oh, Mrs." And we didn't know you knew Santa Claus. And it was amazing. I realized how important it was to have a school resource person there. And so she's my liaison. She sends emails out. She does all the schoolwork. I go and meet with the principals and the counselors, and we tell them who we are. They can look us up on the website or on Facebook and see who we are. That we are a legitimate organization. And then the parents have enough faith in us to say, yes, this is something we want to be involved in. Now I have families say no, and I don't hold it against them. I'm like, you know what? That's them. They may have another source. Maybe their church is helping. And so then I move that person into another person's slot. I take that family, move them families over. And the reason why we do 12 to 13 families is because if I did as many as I'd want to do, it would take us all day. And we just can't do all day. I know.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't think so. But you know, it gets long out there, and we do get hungry and thirsty. So, but what's, you know, we want to make it enjoyable. Christmas time should be a rejoicing time, a celebration time, and of course our Lord's birth. But if we can help out families, and I do pray with the families. I give Bibles to the families. I give the true story of Christmas through tracts to the families. I pray before I ride and after I ride for safety and God's guidance, and it's just been a fun thing. I started my house. God bless my wife. She allowed me to put all these toys in my living room. My garage at Christmas time had toys instead of cars in it.
I remember that.
So my wife would come home and I'd be sitting on my living room floor with Christmas present toys all over the place, and with my list, and I'd be checking to see what toy I needed for little Joey or little Betty or you know, whoever their name was. You know, I would be wrapping presents and putting their name on it. And when we deliver to their house with their name on it, it's like shininess comes to their face. I had this little lady, she says, "I can't ride motorcycles, but I can sew." And she made me all those red Santa Claus bags that I still have today. It's been
I didn't know
9
that.
years. Yeah, they're made out of parachute. And she says, "You know, parachuters don't want red. So I got this red for free." So she made me Santa Claus bag because Santa Claus has a red bag.
That's true.
He made me all kinds of Santa Claus bags. I still have them. Now, my niece, who's blind, resews them. So when we get holes in them, she resews them up for me, so we reuse them. And we've had those bags, I don't know, 9 years, maybe a little bit more. Another person came in and they said, "You know what? You need a Santa Claus sleigh to put all the toys in." And so the Department of Corrections, I hope I can say this, Department of Corrections, Pima Community College has a woodshop program at the prison. Well, they made a wooden Santa Claus sleigh for me. I built a sleigh, a trailer for my motorcycle, and now I have a Santa Claus sleigh that I pull behind my motorcycle. I had that one for 9 years before it finally fell apart, and Andretta High School Auto Shop built me one out of car parts. It's simply amazing. If you just come out to look at this sleigh, it's amazing.
And then you go and you go to car shows and you do car shows. You just did one for the Gaslight Theater where people would come up and buy tickets and the donations would go to the Red Sleigh Toy Run. What other organizations have you done like that?
I want to say it's the Old Timers Car Club, and I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. They hosted a car show for us, and all the proceeds came to the toys for us, for the toys for children. This year we're doing another car show at Andretta High School on Houghton Road, just past Tucson Dragway. It's really cool. I'm going to take a step of faith here. There's a gentleman in Tucson. He has 2 Batman mobiles. He has the original Adam West Batman mobile for all you old timers.
What?
And the young ones, he has Michael Keaton's Batman mobile. And he said that since it's an indoor car show, he will bring those 2 cars out.
What?
Isn't that amazing?
Can we sit in them?
I don't think so. I'm hoping he'll dress up as Batman, then I'll dress up as Santa, and we'll get some cool pictures. But
who's going to be Robin?
I have no clue. Maybe it's like my wife and being Robin.
How many
she will wear the tights.
How many people do you have in your organization to help you do this?
Well,
You can't do it by
it's funny.
yourself.
Yeah, funny you said that because I have never advertised my toy run. It's all word of mouth. We use companies like yours for support, financial support, plus toy drop-offs. I now have about 13 people on board. So I now have a secretary that takes all my notes. Once we became a 501c3, there's a lot of note-taking reports that has to be sent in and stuff. So I have a secretary that does that. I have a treasurer that keeps track of all my money now. God bless her, she's really good. One person that we really pay, and that's my tax man. The guy that does my taxes. Why? Because I don't want to get in trouble and go to prison. I'm too old to go to prison. But this gentleman is so gracious. He always returns the check back to us after I write a check and send it to him. He signs it and sends it back to us, and so we can deposit back in our account. It's been amazing. Then I have, of course, my bicycle guy. I have a group of men that keep us safe on motorcycles. They're all law enforcement affiliation, either current or retired. I have a group of men that keep us safe on motorcycles. They're all law enforcement affiliated. Patagonia had a police motorcycle. They donated to us because they don't need it anymore. So my law enforcement officer actually rides a real police officer bike with lights and sirens, which is really nice. We have a group of men that work for. I probably can't say what they work for, but they have lights on their vehicle. They're certified to do traffic, and they've been doing us traffic for free for like 9 years, which would be amazing. It's amazing because you're looking at anywhere from $800 to $1,000 just to have an escort keep you safe. So
you're spending a lot of money to actually do this as well.
Yes, our overhead is really low. I would say if you go to a nonprofit organization, you can see how much money actually goes to the organization, or how much money goes for payroll, advertisement, stuff like that. I would say that the only overhead I have, because I run it out of my house, and the only overhead I have is I have a motorcycle that's in the Red Sleigh Toy Run's name. I have 2 trailers that I have to pay tags for, and then of course another motorcycle. And that's all. So the money, that's a small portion of I'd say maybe 3% of all our money goes to overhead, which is maintenance, motorcycle, tires, registration, insurance. The rest of it, it's not uncommon for me to go to a shopping mall and spend $3,000 to $4,000 just on toys.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
And
last year we did $7,000 just on toys.
So tell us what kind of toys you accept, and other than the laptops and other little things. I mean, what are people allowed to donate?
Well, the biggest ones that we always get requests for, believe it or not, there's a lot of like science stuff. They want to build those rockets that you can shoot up in the sky and then they parachute down. They like those. They like anything that that you can build for science, or arts and crafts. Arts and crafts has now becoming really popular. Drawing and painting and building stuff is really big. Like model cars, model trucks, model planes. Of course, the Barbie dolls are always popular with the younger kids. Even the trucks and games that they can play as a family is real popular. We used to call it Kerplunk, but now I think it's called Connect 4, Connect Dots, or something like that. The ones where you build that you pull out until it falls.
Yes.
I forget what those are called. Those are real popular. So a lot of board games are popular. Toys, anywhere from whatever's on television or movies right now, is always real popular. So if you have a movie like right now, I think what's out there is like that. Marvel Comics is really big right now. So anything that has the Black Adam, the girl that has lots of muscles. She's green. It used to be the Incredible Hulk, but I don't know what it's called now. But they got that female version.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. So anything that's real popular in the movies right now is going to be popular for the kids to buy as well. Just dolls that not the Barbie dolls are important and popular, but so is the one that makes them look like they got the skeleton face. I forget what
I
it's
don't know what
called
that
now.
one is.
Yeah,
I don't know what that one is.
But that's real popular too right now for the kids.
So
Bicycles.
what can the folks out there? What can they donate to you right now, and where can they drop it off, or how can they, if they want to write you a check, how do they get this to you?
Okay, that's a good question. The other thing that's real popular is skateboards. And if we give a skateboard out or a bicycle out, we always give helmets. So we always can use helmets, elbow pads, stuff like that for the riders. If you want to make a donation, Mark's Ace Hardware. There's 3 locations. The main one that I know of is on Campbell and Glen. Of course, you can bring it right here to Arcadia, drop it off here. Tucson Old Pillow Credit Union is one of our drop-offs locations and our sponsors and the sponsor as well. And then Robert's Restaurant up on Grant Road and Dodge, between Country Club and Dodge. There's a toy drop-off place there.
Okay.
So those are drop-off locations. If you want to make a cash donation, write a check, you can send it to Arcadia, and Mr. Kirk will get it to me. I just ran out of my house, so I don't know if I want to put my address out on the website. But if you call or send me a email through the website, with my secretary, one of us will answer you, and we'll meet you somewhere if you want to do a cash donation. Any toy, we will not return any toys. Make sure that they're new toys that's wrapped, because you don't want to give out I don't want to give out used toys. Stuffed animals, we always take stuffed animals because we have little kids. We do from first grade all the way up until you turn 16. Those are our ages, but I also understand that families have kids that aren't in school yet, so we prepare for that as well. So we always have extra toys to hand out to the ones that aren't in school. So we have that. My phone number, can I give my phone number out?
Sure.
My phone number is area code 520-405-1217. You can always call me with any questions. I can meet you somewhere if you want to write a check. If you're going to make a cash donation or a check donation, I do have receipts because we're a nonprofit. You can always write it off on your taxes. How you can support us, we do have a car show coming up on November 19th. Like I was telling you, the Batman mobiles are going to be there along with a bunch of other cars. Andretta High School is on Houghton Road, just past Tucson Dragway. It's going to be an indoor car show. It's an indoor car show. It's free to come look at the cars, but we always have a donation table so you can throw some money in there if you want. We are going to have food out there, food vendors. They're going to, you'll have to buy the food, but they're going to give a portion of it back to us as a donation. Like I said, the other cool thing is that this car show, all the trophies are being made by high school students in the auto shop. So they're going to be car parts. I mean, I saw some of the trophies. They're really cool looking trophies. You've got timing chains, you've got timing gears, you've got pistons, you've got push rods, you've got lifters, all kinds of cool stuff to make a trophy with a plaque on it saying, Red Sleigh Toy Run this year that was done, first place, second place, whatever it might be. That's the best thing I can say is that we're having fun. We are going to, if you go to our website, keep an eye on our website because we are going to do some fundraisers in February. We're going to do Gaslight Theater because it was so enjoyable. I had such a positive feedback from it, and they said, when's the next one? So we're already planning the next one. I do have a person that's all they want to do now is program fundraisers for me. So I've passed that on to her and said, wash my hands, go ahead. That's one less thing I don't have to do.
And tell us your website again so everybody knows.
So it's Red Sleigh Toy Run.com. Facebook it, or if you go, if you punch in on Google Red Sleigh Toy Run, it brings us right up. And open up the pages, you can see our mission statement. You can see pictures of our previous past. You'll see somebody put a real cool slideshow in there to So I didn't used to dress up as Santa. I would just dress up as a biker. I had Levi's and a T-shirt, and I'd ride. In the rain, we rode in the rain. So people say, well, what do you do when it rains? We ride in the rain.
Yeah.
We put rain suits on, and we take the toys. And so somebody did a collage of pictures from when I started out, just dressed like a regular motorcycle rider. Then I went to a Santa Claus hat. Then I went to a Santa Claus shirt.
And then the beard.
Yeah, I always let my beard grow out at Christmas time. My work is so gracious to let me grow it out, even though it's against their policy. But they're so gracious. And now I have a full-blown Santa suit.
And you ride in that thing too. I don't know how you ride in that thing.
And I drive people crazy because I'll see a kid at the stoplight and I'll get off my motorcycle and just go get the toy to him. And it drives everybody crazy, especially my security people. They're trying to keep you safe. They're like, oh, what's he doing now? You know?
Well, Chaplain Young, we appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to come and tell us your story.
Well, thank you.
It does mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
It does. So if anybody out there would like to donate, you can go ahead and get a hold of Steve Young and tell him your number again, please.
520-405-1217.
And also, you can come over here to Arcadia Landscape. We're located at 2002 East 13th Street, or you can call us at 520-791-0889. And we look forward to seeing each and every one of you at the Red Sleigh Toy Run, December 3rd of 2022. We look forward to seeing you. You have a wonderful and blessed day, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.